napkin and it became a limitless scale tech company poised for exit? What if you had a vision of eliminating an inefficiency in your community, industry, or the world, and you had a chance to co-found a company and bring this product or service to the market? What if we could positively impact every social issue with tech? 10x Tech Tank is the #1 daily show for everything tech entrepreneurship. And whether you are technical or not, you will learn, be inspired, and witness transformation in the making. People will share tech ideas on napkins. People will showcase minimum viable tech products. People will explain their cash-flowing tech companies looking for acceleration. And if the person is right, and their idea is right, and the market is right, and the business model is right, then there's a great chance you will witness some serious magic. We are on a mission to build, scale, and sell 10,000 tech companies in 10 years. And we invite you to make history with us. Together, we achieve more.
Welcome to 10x Tech Tank. I am Jared Yellin.
And I'm Eric Nowoslawki.
He's back.
Yep.
He's back with some facial hair and all. What are your thoughts? Let's vote. Do we like the facial hair? We want to clean it up. Clean it up or facial hair? Share in the comments below. So excited to have this dude back. I felt a little bit lonely in this room. He felt really lonely in New Jersey. And we are here in service of you and in service of entrepreneurs literally from around the world. People come each evening and they pitch us their dream. They pitch us the dream of this app that's going to change everything. They pitch us the dream of their industry technology that is going to completely disrupt the industry. They pitch us their dream of a marketplace that's going to connect two different characters that have never met before. And once they connect, it's going to be perfect harmony and to lead to a really successful business. And it's so cool for us because we never know who's going to show up. I mean, every day at this point, we have anywhere from 50 to 100 people that fill out the written application. 50 to 100 people go to pitch10x.com and they fill out the application, hoping that our team, our idea review committee, is going to see something in their submission. They're hoping. They don't know if it will. And when they do see something, they get invited to pitch in the tank. And then they show up in the tank and they don't know what to expect. And we don't know what to expect. And yet they have a presentation and they share it. And when they share the presentation, what they're trying to do is what our dear friend, Mike Searock, one of our co-founders, says. They're trying to cause and create a future. They're trying to help us see their vision. And when they're showing up, as long as we believe that they're the right person and we believe that this vision is something that's meaningful and needs to take place, there's a good chance they're going to go due diligence with us. And in due diligence, it's me, it's you, it's a few other people on our team. We go really deep. It's no longer about a 5-minute pitch. It's about a 50 to 60-minute pitch with a ton of questions and answers, hopefully, so that we can say yes to co-foundership. And here's the coolest part for you as someone who's watching the show. You never know if you're going to see the next Slack or the next Clubhouse or the next WhatsApp. You never know if you're going to see that industry technology that's going to radically change one of the industries that we're about to enter into. And by showing up each night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Time, you have the chance to co-create history. You have the chance to co-author something that's never been done before. We want to thank you. Thank you for showing up, and please be engaged during this experience. As you're hearing these entrepreneurs pitch, if there's an idea that really stands out to you, please share in the comments below. And if there's an idea that we think is great, but you don't, please share in the comments below. You can influence us. We want you to influence us so that we only say yes to the right entrepreneur with the right idea and the right market and the right business model. So with that, you ready, Penny?
Let's go.
Want to shave before the first entrepreneur comes on?
No, I'm ready to go.
Keep it fresh. Keep it fresh. All right, bring on the first entrepreneur in the tank.
What if you knew about Instagram or Slack or Clubhouse when the company was raising a friends and family round at $10,000 per person? What if you were able to see all the tech companies that Grant Cardone and Jared Yellin have co-founded in one place and invest in any that excite you? What if you were able to expand your portfolio into early stage tech companies with extraordinary founders and teams? 10x Tech Angels is the most unique investment club that you will ever find, because not only will you see some of the most innovative tech companies at the lowest valuations ever, but you will also be educated on how to pick tech winners, meet other members of our community, and experience the excitement associated with taking an early idea to exit. Become one of the founding members of 10x Tech Angels for an exclusive offer with some extraordinary bonuses. To learn more, visit 10xtechangels.com.
We are back from commercial break with another entrepreneur in the tank. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Simon Olsen. I'm calling from Stockholm, Sweden.
Awesome. Well, thank you for being here, Simon. You have 5 minutes. Please share your big tech idea.
Sure, hang on. Do you want me to share my screen here for a second? I'll show you here.
Yeah, please do.
You can see it?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so my name is Simon, here today to represent Strive. And Strive is a self-development platform that helps creators to earn money by selling courses and merchandise to our community. We also host large-scale kind of transformational events a la Tony Robbins style, while facilitating for an upsell opportunity through affiliate programs. So you can think about this as sort of TEDx meets network marketing. And we believe that everybody has a story to tell, and we want to help them to tell their story. And this is not really a common problem. I mean, it's huge because the creator economy right now is booming. You have something like 100 million people that are devouring themselves in the self-community space. And on the other side, you have about 1 million people, creators who are participating actively in this space as well. The problem is really that as a creator, it's fairly hard to sort of get your head around the idea of making money online. And it's almost impossible to break through the white noise in terms of YouTube. And even though you might run like local small events, they barely stick. It's hard to sort of get to any significant conversion rate. It's basically community overload. And so that's where we took our start. We host some really large scale kind of events while offering courses and an in-community app. And we do that because we know that self-development requires continuity and encouragement. And therefore, just one-off event doesn't really cut it. And just market platforms such as like Mindvalley, it doesn't really either cut it. It doesn't help you to change. So if you were to sort of balance this in a picture, this is probably it, right? You have the creators on one side, the members on the other side. And the value towards the creators is basically to remove all the work of building a self-development brand and make it easy to set up and sell courses to an already existing community base. And also sort of build community engagement and organize live events. On the member side, it's about learning something new, changing bad behaviors, breaking bad habits, and getting to another mode, and then basically engage and discuss with an online self-transformatory community and attend events. The way that we make money out of this is basically that we have commercialized the certification process to become one of the Strive guides and the content creators. So the minimum that we charge, we have sort of a stair, is €1,000 per certification or guide. We also take about 50% revenue share from all the classes sold on our platform, and somewhere between 50 to 100 euros per event ticket. The way that we go to market is fairly simple. We have a growth engine, we call it, and basically we attract people to attend our events, and then once they get engaged in the community, we sort of funnel it into our platform. And after a while, people buy courses at first, they start engaged. After a while, they want to commercialize themselves or sort of tell their own story and make their own courses. Then we bring them into the beginning of the funnel, which is onboarding new guides. And so let's say we rolled out this in Boston. We identify we already have a pretty big pre-existing network, but we identified something like 20, 30 potential guides. And then we asked them to set up a local sort of community, and we help them with all the infrastructure for that. And once that community has grown to a critical mass, we go over there, we throw these large events, we ask them to invite their friends, and that sort of feeds the entire funnel. Next question is sort of why us, right? Why us? And so the other founder, Andreas, he has built the largest affiliate marketing platform in Europe called Venmo, with more than 10,000 people, and also a revenue of more than 10 million euros. Me, myself, I have a background from MIT as an engineer. I've exited a couple companies. Right now I'm an angel investor, so I've invested in this as well. And we're growing quite quickly. We also have a pretty big team of marketeers connected to the affiliate marketing network. So why you? Well, I mentioned at the beginning is the Tony Robbins aspect of this, and Grant Cardone has sort of the same kind of brand, right? And we think that our brand value is more or less, well, it's similar to yours. Obviously, you're a lot bigger, but I think that what's interesting is the synergies that we could potentially get from working with each other. So to sort of wrap this up, Strive is sort of where TEDx meets network marketing, and it's a way for our community members to make money, and it's a way for aspiring content creators to make money, as well as helping people change bad habits and change their lives essentially. And something to remember as by is that Andreas, he started out just as one of the mentors in a similar program, but connected to Tony Robbins. And then that has expanded into this idea that's basically now Strive. With plenty of more material in terms of traction, because this is already online. We have like 6,000 members and we're growing quite quickly. Have all the technology infrastructure in place. So we build everything out, optimize everything, and are currently looking for interesting partners to grow together with.
That's awesome. Great presentation. Congratulations on your success. I love the story. So what kind of revenue are you guys generating with these 6,000 members? You can stop sharing your screen, but what kind of revenue are you generating?
Yeah, sure. Right now, we have a revenue of about 75K. So it's fairly small, but we haven't really focused on paying or the paying aspect of it. We just tried it out in terms of experiments. So we tried out the business model that we'd sell courses to members, which works. And then we tried it out in terms of onboarding new mentors and how much they would be willing to pay. So we sort of priced us in. Then we focused it on building out the entire infrastructure in terms of the platform, and also building out the sort of the event side of things. So that's what we've been doing for the last year. And now we're sort of in a phase where we want to push this into the mass market.
Like, how did you economically get to this point? Did you raise money? Did you guys self-fund it?
Yeah, we self-funded. We've self-funded for about 300K. We have some investors. We brought in like 200K from investors. And then right now we have another investor that is getting involved on another 100K. So in total, we've raised something like 700K.
So I said, like, so the go-to-market is really interesting. So you host these big events. How large is an event for you guys?
5,000 people, 5,000 to 10,000 people.
So, wow, that's amazing. So you're hosting 5,000 to 10,000 person events, which is a lot of infrastructure to do that. So you have these events. When somebody comes to the event, is it like a personal development experience, like Tony Robbins style growth cut? Is that the kind of experience that takes place?
Yeah, that's kind of what we go for. And I think it's a good way to sort of build engagement, because in the sort of early days of being a member, it's all about getting the engagement. And then once you've sort of got yourself engaged, it's about staying engaged. And that's why we sort of funnel them into the platform.
If you're hosting events that have 5,000 to 10,000 people, I'm assuming people are paying to go to those events. Yeah. Is that not part of the $75,000 in revenue? Like, is that a separate company, or how does that?
No, we right now we have only done these events for free within this setting. But before we did this company, we had a company that only did events that we made money out of.
Okay, great. Okay. So I don't fully get that. So are these online events? Are these in-person events? Like,
they were in-person events before COVID. Right now, we've just done online events.
Got it. Okay. So then they come to this event, and then you funnel them into the platform. And the funneling process is like selling them one of the courses in your marketplace. Is that right?
Well, basically, we want them to just get onto the platform, right? And on the platform, there are free versions of the platform, right? You can engage with a Clubhouse conversation or a Facebook conversation, which are usually hosted every week on certain topics. So let's say the most common creator economy kind of thing is like PTs or yogas instructors on YouTube that sort of set up their own courses. All right. So they usually host like free events or free meetings for their close group on our platform every week to get going. And you have plenty of other stuff as well. It can be personal development related.
That's free, right? That's a free thing. You just want to get them to the platform, right? Yes. Right.
Yeah.
And so now this also makes it like an event that keeps on giving, right? So now somebody goes to an event one time, but now with that one ticket, now they're kind of wrapped up into this community that the organizers can engage with forever, right?
Exactly.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So then they're on the platform, like this free access point. Then the goal is they're going to spend some money and they're going to buy a course, because there's like a marketplace, right?
Yeah.
Of programs.
Yeah.
They're going to go through one of these personal development courses. They're going to say, oh my goodness, I want to create my own course. So that at that point, they go into the create the course model to become a guide. And the reason you're saying it's like network marketing is because it's more of like affiliates, right? Like if an individual guide gets somebody to buy their course and then they end up buying other courses, they're getting paid on those other courses too. Is that accurate?
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool. So, and I think my last question is then, if I'm in the Web Summit community, have you heard of that event? Yeah.
Yeah, been there.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm in the Web Summit one. Do I see any of the other events there, or only because I bought a ticket to Web Summit am I going to be there?
Now you'll see all the events that we are hosting, but if you're on the platform, we funnel you into a separate venue. So let's say that we before you went to Web Summit, you got a link to an app, right?
Exactly.
That sort of said here you can find information about the event. But in the app, not just the event, we also have like not only the itinerary for the actual event, but we also have other courses connected to the event, and we've also other courses in different towns or cities that you could purchase tickets to for the actual physical event. But you can't access the event just from the app because we stream it, right? But it's not the same thing. It's not
exactly
interactive.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine.
And Simon, are your other co-founders in Sweden as well? Or are you scattered?
No, we're two co-founders. It's me and Andreas, and then we have a team. We have a couple of like public people in Sweden, and then we have another investment banker connected to Tony Robbins sort of sphere in New York, and then another guy in London who was a part of this.
Awesome job, Simon. All right, what does everybody think about this platform Strive? I mean, this is really cool. Fantastic presentation. Should we move forward with due diligence? Eric, what are your thoughts?
So I think that this is phenomenal. I think any software now that's building community in ways that people don't have the ability to right now is a huge market need. There's only a couple places to build communities, and there's a lot of problems with most of them. So for that reason, I already love it. But then the traction that you've gained already is amazing. And then the multiple streams of revenue, I think just like throws it all over the top. So I'm definitely a yes to head into due diligence. I want to see more about the platform. I want to learn more about your story and how you got here. I think this is incredibly interesting.
Yeah, I'm a yes. So I can't even pick on one reason why. Like, you did such a great job today. I mean, in 5 minutes, be able to capture problem, solution. We have track record. We're the best in the world to do this. Like, you show data too. Like, you show results. Like the fact that you made $75,000 of 6,000 users. You explained why you don't have more revenue than that. That wasn't your focus. Like, there's just so many things you did right. So in due diligence, I want to go deeper. Like, I want to see the platform. I really, like Eric said, I want to understand the origin of this with regard to your story. In a 5-minute presentation, it's almost like you just gave us 60 minutes. So in 60 minutes, we want to get a few hours from you so we can really dig into this and see how we can support you. Great job in the tank. We appreciate you. All right. After commercial break, we'll have another entrepreneur in the tank.
Blueprinted is the place where you can go in and put those steps in there and then be able to impact the world and monetize on that by having a marketplace in the community that we're developing for you in Blueprinted.
So we've created the app for any expert to be able to come in and put their steps, their exact steps to success in our app and put it on a marketplace where people can go and buy their steps to any success.
We are back from commercial break with another entrepreneur in the tank. What is your name and where you're calling from?
My name's Jordan Calver. I'm calling from London in the UK.
Awesome. Thank you for calling from London. All right, you have 5 minutes, Jordan. Please share your big tech idea.
Sure. So we are a travel and events logistics company called Electus. We operate both B2B and B2C. So for B2C, essentially what we do is we take a brand, we create a concept which turns into an experience and then is sold on our website as a package. This enables the customer to then go on our website and book the package, which contains the experience, the travel, accommodation, itineraries, etc. This is done in under 5 minutes, which is quick, sufficient, and less time consuming for the customer and secure. Now, the problem that we're solving with this is that currently in the market, brands that are doing international events and parties, they host their tickets on their websites, enabling the customer to go on their website and purchase the ticket for £200, for example. And then what the customer's having to do is go on multiple different websites to actually book the rest of their trip, their accommodation, their travel, the transfers, and all the stuff that they need for the trip. So we completely cut that out. It's time consuming for the customer to do it the way that the model is currently. And ultimately, if anything does go wrong with that, the customer is then going to go to the brand and want their money back. Now, the brand can only give them the money that they've spent with them. So what you'll find is the customer is now going to several different companies trying to get their money back. 9 times out of 10, they won't be able to. And again, it's time consuming and takes a lot of effort. And ultimately, the only people that are going to lose out in that scenario is the customer and the brand. The brand's reputation is going to be destroyed. So we can facilitate that for the brands, which is solving that problem. And then also for the customers, making it quick and easy. To give you guys a scale of the market, there's 1.5 billion EDM listeners, electronic dance music. 1 in 8 are EDM fans. It is now 1 in 6 before the pandemic started. And then in 2019, there are approximately 160 million attendees to festivals and events. So there's scalability, there's growth. And what we want to do is create a website, a marketplace where customers can go onto the website and they know that these events are the best party international events that they can go to. To give you an idea in terms of numbers, let's say, for example, 1,000 people for £1,000 a package. That's about £1 million. It's not unusual for these brands to achieve 10, 20, 30, 40,000 attendees to these festivals. And where we earn predominantly is off the travel. 10 to 25% is not unusual. And we also will collect £1 per ticket. So you can see the scalability and the growth in this market. Now, for a B2B side, we pre-qualify brands, festivals and events to see if they've got the market and the capability to actually host internationally. Once we find out and they do, we bring them on board, and we have direct partnerships with multiple countries across Europe, enabling us to have venues, event management, production, logistics, permits. So it actually gets the brands into these countries, which is a problem that they're having at the moment. And again, we facilitate this all under one roof.
How do you do that? Like, the last thing you said, how do you help facilitate these brands getting into the countries where they're having a difficult time hosting these festivals?
Yeah, so they will come to us. We will sign them on as an agent, and they will be obligated to do X amount of events over a duration. We will sit down with them and create a concept, a roadmap. So the brand will be like, okay, the next 3 to 5 years, we want to go to multiple destinations across Europe, maybe across the world. And we will sit down and plan these events with our event management team. Once we have a concept, we will then go to our direct partners, which are destinational management companies or the councils within these countries. We will sit down and say they want this venue, they need this production, for example, and we put this all together. Once it's signed, sealed and delivered, essentially, we then host that on our website, and then we can pull data from the different countries.
Does the brand pay you for that high touch service?
Yes, that's another revenue stream that we also do. So we've got the two on the consumer side.
What's an example of a brand? Like who's the brand that would do that?
Brands such as like Coachella.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought you were saying. Okay,
yeah.
And then when you're referring to customer, for the customer is the person that's going to Coachella. Is that right?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Okay, got it. Yeah, that's my question.
And so then in order to get the $1 per ticket, that means
yes,
all of the tickets need to be purchased through your platform, correct?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Okay. And so it sounds like you're doing this as well. So how many
we are.
So how many events per year are you doing this with?
So we started this 3 years ago, and obviously because of the pandemic, it's put a really big, we can't do international stuff, and events and travel is a big no-no. So we've been planning this, putting the infrastructure together, perfecting it. And essentially we've got a few events that are happening this year, but in this game, you have to be 9 to 15 months ahead. So we're already planning 2023. We're in talks with big brands to actually host their parties across Europe in different destinations, which is exactly what we want to do.
So how much of it is built? Is the marketplace built? Or are you doing more of the high touch part now? Or do you have the whole thing offered? Because the high touch is interesting, right? Like I would assume these are pretty significant contracts to to plan Coachella and things like that, and get it into
Yeah.
countries that can't get it. And so there's the high touch. Do you have the no touch, which is more of the marketplace? Is that built yet, or is that what you really want to build as the limitless scale solution?
That's what we want to build. I mean, when we bring on the brands, they already have an audience, you know. So when we put them on our website and we're planning an event, the customer will already be with them. So they will come through directly on our website and book. So it's lead generating plus it's converting sales.
You guys raise capital to get to this point, or how economically did you do this?
This has all been self-funded. So there's myself and my two partners, Josh and Charlie. We started this, as I said, 3 years ago, and we've self-funded the whole thing. Now we are ready to scale.
How much money?
40,000 so far. So we've done quite well.
You've stretched those dollars. That's amazing.
We have. Well, you have to when you haven't got any money, right?
I love it. All right, let's see what our audience thinks here. What do you think of this vision, of this platform, of this company that Jordan and his founders have established? Should we move forward with due diligence? Please share in the comments below. What are your thoughts there?
So I actually would like to use this as a learning point for some of our viewers, that I think Jordan is in like this perfect tipping point of like figuring out what is a repeatable business unit that he could sell to really high leverage customers like Coachella and these other events. And he's figured out this process. And now he's saying, all right, now we want to head into limitless scale technology. I would have to scale my team. Like you would probably need 20 people per event, and you can only run so many events at each time. But now you're saying, all right, let's build the technology to be able to do all of this, so we can have 4 people run 60 events. And so I think you're in this like perfect zone right now. I love everything that you've done in the past 3 years and how you're planning ahead for the future. I think this is really interesting. I'm not sure if I'm quite getting 100% what you want the tech to be built, but I'm getting enough of the problem that you're stating that I would want to head into due diligence, and I want to hear more about the exact solution that you want to build. But this is great pitch.
Yeah, Jordan. So I want to acknowledge you. It reminds me a lot of my journey, because one of my tech companies is a marketing software. But in order to build the marketing software, we actually started with a high touch marketing agency where small business owners and thought leaders and speakers and trainers, et cetera, would hire us, and we would be their high touch agency and mobilize their message and mission. We'd create their content, their websites. We would do it all very high touch, high price point. And I realized for me, I was never going to have the kind of impact that I wanted to, because I was in this game of hiring to scale. And it hit me one day where I realized I can democratize this. I can eliminate this, and I can build a tech product that can allow me to not support a few hundred people, but tens of thousands of people. And then I took that leap, and because of that, I'm here, right? So I see that with you as well. Like, you've done this high touch model, you understand the industry, and now, like Eric was saying, like, you see an opportunity to really scale this. I'm definitely a yes to go into due diligence. I'm excited to learn more about you and your partners as well. Great job today in the tank. All right, after commercial break, we'll have another entrepreneur joining us in the tank.
This is the great secret of my life. The thing that has made me is one word. Dude, this thing is so big. It's about the 10X movement.
The 10X movement had really improved my life dramatically.
Now I'm a millionaire because of it.
Our business was at $2 million. This year we're on projection to do $25 million.
Our revenue went up 29%.
We've already got our tickets for next year as well.
Before we even started, I could go home right now and I got my money's worth.
That's why I come to GrowthCon, and I'll always come to GrowthCon.
10X means a lot to me. 10X, like I told you, is just the beginning. 10 times more power to help those that need it the most. 10 times more power to motivate and inspire those out there. Give him a 10X!
With other people witnessing what's happening with us, is like chains are being broken from families everywhere.
I'm gonna tell you, 10X, it was a lifesaver, a life changer for me. And just because of what it's done for my family and what it's done for me.
And this is where people get stuck, and that's why we do the 10X Growth Conference, to get you out of comfort, to get you out of comparing yourself to somebody in Pakistan that has nothing.
We want to make this a big event for you. Our goal is to change your lives. Welcome to your 10X Growth Conference.
There we go. Another episode of The Tank. Entrepreneurs from around the world sharing their vision, sharing their ideas, sharing their dreams. As someone that watches us regularly, because I have this feeling that you're that person. You're showing up each night, you're seeing entrepreneurs, you're starting to gain more clarity on like what's right and what's wrong. What are we going to say yes to? What is potential? And I want to honor you for that. I truly believe that receiving pitches is a muscle. It's a muscle that you need to keep on working so you can gain more clarity around which companies are going to win and which are going to really struggle. So keep coming back. Come back every night. Pretend like you're us. Pretend like you're us and comment in the comments below so that we know how you feel about each pitch. We know what your thoughts are. I mean, from the first episode of The Tank until now, the level of precision that both Eric and I have is off the charts. We've 10x'd it because we've heard so many more pitches from all different people and from around the world. And I hope that you're benefiting that way as well. I hope that you're not just here to listen, but you're here to immerse yourself. We hope in the future to have shows like this all around the world. We anticipate having other people hosting 10x Tech Tanks in their towns live. And if you're someone that really enjoys that and excites you, keep showing up. Keep showing up so you can flex that muscle, so that you can refine the skill, and you can eventually be a judge on your own 10x Tech Tank. So with that, thank you for being here. We appreciate your presence. We'll see you on the next episode. Bye for now.
Which napkin will become the next exit? Which MVP will evolve into a unicorn? Which cash-flowing tech company will reach the next level? Our hope and desire is that it's yours. Your idea, your MVP, your cash-flowing tech company. Now is your time. Head over to 10xincubator.com and submit your idea so that you get on the tank and give us the chance to transform your napkin into an exit. That's 10xincubator.com. That's 10xincubator.com. Let's go.